A few months ago, I promised myself I was going to stop making decisions from a scarcity mindset. Until recently, I didn't even realize how many of my decisions were being made from that place. I'd always say, it's too expensive, I'm probably not qualified, what if it doesn't work out? At that time, those thoughts felt realistic, logical, responsible. But really, I was treating my life like something to protect, not something to build. And when you make enough decisions from a scarcity mindset, your world slowly gets smaller because you're spending all your energy protecting what you have instead of creating what you want. You call it being careful, you call it being realistic, but really you're just becoming an expert at staying exactly where you are. I spent years trying to be realistic about money, realistic about my career. But what I realized was that being realistic never led to anything extraordinary. Every company that changed the world started off as an unrealistic idea. Being realistic might be our biggest limitation. But isn't this just fear in disguise? This creates a scarcity mindset that can shape your decisions and actions in ways that can hold you back. I know that it has for me. So, a couple of months ago, I went on a very spontaneous trip to Monaco to see my best friend. I almost didn't go. Plane tickets from Montreal to Monaco are really expensive, and every logical or realistic part of my brain told me that it was irresponsible. The old version of me would have stayed home and convinced myself that it was too expensive and that I shouldn't spend the money. But this year, I'd made myself a promise to live more within an abundant mindset and less of a scarcity one. So I made a decision. I booked the plane ticket. I also reached out to somebody that I hadn't spoken to in a really long time. The old part of me would have been like, is this weird? Should I do it? Will he even remember me? All these old insecurities were coming up. This time I decided that I would not listen to those limiting beliefs and I would just write the message and press send. Needless to say, we did reconnect. I ended up having lunch with him while I was in Monaco. And now I've been presented with so many opportunities and so many things that could amount to something that I would have never even thought of if I didn't write him that message. Another thing that happened while I was there is that a friend of mine sent me a message and she said that her company was looking for a position to fill. Now, her company is 100% remote, and she asked me, do you know anyone who would be interested in this position? And I didn't even think of myself because although I did have some of these credentials, like I didn't check all of the boxes. But once again, I didn't let myself think from like that scarcity mind point, and I applied for that position as well. So the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because none of these things are extraordinary. Buying a plane ticket, sending a text message, applying for a position, these are all ordinary things. They're almost insignificant, and none of these things can guarantee anything. But each one gave me something standing still never could. A little more evidence about who I was becoming versus who I'd been. You don't get that by staying still, waiting to feel ready. You get it only once by changing your mindset. One small act makes the next one a little easier, then another, until one day you look back and you realize that your whole life changed because you stopped saying no to yourself. I used to think that changing your life required certainty. Now I think it requires curiosity. Curiosity to see what happens if you go. Send the message, apply anyway. The life most people are carefully building for themselves is missing the most important thing. And the most important thing is almost always on the other side of something uncomfortable. Anthony Bourdain is a perfect example of this. His career completely changed when an essay he wrote called "Don't Eat Before Reading This" was published by The New Yorker. His unbelievable career all derived from someone who was, by his own account, just a cook, not a writer or a storyteller. But that one decision led to a new career, almost 2 decades of traveling the world, telling people stories, and inspiring generations of people. Anthony inspired people to have the courage to embrace the unknown. Be open to new experience, he said. Be willing to try new things. Don't be afraid to eat a bad meal. Eat a bad meal. If you don't risk the bad meal, you'll never get the magical one. The bad meal is a metaphor for the moment before you know how something is going to go. The job you weren't sure you were qualified for, the move to a new country. But unlike Anthony Bourdain, most people eliminate as much uncertainty as possible before committing to something new, making sure that they never accidentally stumble into something extraordinary. It's not for you. It's not for you. So if you guys have been watching my series, you'll know that a few months later, I did quit my job. So where do I go from here? Just have to wait and see. All I know is that there are so many new and exciting adventures in my future. And yeah, I just want to say that do the thing that you can't stop thinking about, because regretting is way worse than trying and finding out. As Anthony Bourdain would say, eat the bad meal. Thank you guys so much for watching this series. I hope this inspired you. Yeah, sending all my love to you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video.